Actor Mohanlal stepped down as the president of Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, along with its entire executive body. In a statement, they cited that they have taken moral responsibility and dissolved themselves, the executive body, in light of allegations made by some actors against some of the committee. Allegations of sexual harassment, assault, and rape have been made against some of the biggest names in Malayalam film industry, including actor Siddiq, as well as director Ranjit, since the Hema committee report became public on August 19, 2024. To discuss the larger implications of the dissolution of this committee and understand the reasons behind Mohanlal as the president of AMMA, his inaction and delayed action in stepping down, I have with me India Today's Kerala correspondent, Shibi Mol KG. Welcome, Shibi.
Thank you.
Shibi, my first question here would be that Mohanlal and the executive committee stepped down en masse yesterday, citing moral responsibility. Now it will take 2 more months to elect the members of the next executive committee. But where was their moral responsibility in 2017 when the actor was, abducted and sexually assaulted? In fact, an entire bunch of actors had quit AMMA to show their displeasure against the association's inaction. And now they are talking moral, this entire, chronology of events had begun from that one particular moment. Now what? Who will be answerable to the media or answerable as such as more such cases come to light?
See, I think that the dissolving the governing body was also because of this, now there's nobody answerable from AMMA to anybody, in fact, outside, because right after the Hema committee report got published, there was a press meet by the association where, Siddiq was the one who organized the press meet. He was addressing the issues where, again, nothing concrete was said. They were trying to justify saying that the Hema committee report is something that we welcome, but it's not against AMMA that the questions are being raised against us. So that's how they, and one of the actors who's part of the executive committee, Jo Mol, was there. So she also said that she has not experienced anything like that. So the stand was very clear in that press meet, where the media literally, cross-questioned her and asked her, you might have not experienced it, but that doesn't mean that it's not existing. That's not the findings of the committee, or that's not at least the testimonials by many of them says. So that's been their stand. So now, since their general secretary, one of their key people, has already resigned, and many of their other members are under the, the lens, and many allegations are being coming out. They probably didn't have another option other than, stepping down from their positions, because there's been a lot of criticism going on against the organization for the longest time. Many complaints have been raised in the past, but they have not taken many action. If somebody like Idavela Babu is an accused now, and he was for the longest time the general secretary of the organization. So if not the current members, your former members are all accused in the case. So they really don't hold the credibility to come and address these concerns. They're also the same organization that reinstated Dilip into the organization after he got bail in the actress assault case. So their stand has always been they've been under criticism. So the best thing that they could have done, or the best escape that they could have made, was probably dissolve the governing body and leave. And also there's a lot of group politics also inside the organization, is what we understand, because that was very clear with KB Ganesh Kumar, the Transport Minister of Kerala, and one of the key members of AMMA, saying yesterday that people who wanted the AMMA to be ruined would be happy today. It's a happy day for them. So which clearly shows that there's a lot of groupism and a lot of politics within and outside the organization. So I think that's the reason they dissolved the governing body, that now there's nobody holding a position in the organizational structure to answer these concerns and answer these questions.
Now, see what you said about KB Ganesh Kumar, something, Suresh Gopi, BJP MP, also recently had, in a previous thing, he hadn't actually come out and said, but he had accused, or rather attacked, lashed out at the media, saying that നിങ്ങൾ വലിയ ഒരു സംവിധാനത്തെയാണ് തിരിച്ചു
Right.
which basically translates into you're trying to dismantle an entire major organization or a system in place that is in place.
Right.
So, and this was when they had been asking about Mukesh, who also happens to be an MLA and a member of the AMMA as well. So these people who are in position of power, they are not. That is the question. These people, while they talk about moral responsibility, big names like Suresh Gopi, the Mohanlal, Mammootty, these people have been quiet, not just today as the report has come out, but since the very beginning, when the first time such an assault case happened and the entire gory or heinous kind of murky story came out behind that particular abduction and assault came to picture. If you remember, so, I mean, this has been their stand. Now, why are they taking this more? I mean, like after 7 years is they what when they are taking this moral responsibility, 7.5 if you are counting.
See, in the past, there was pressure on them, but right now it's a different level of pressure on them, because it was just Dilip in the last incident, like in the actress assault case, it was only Dilip. Again, the superstars chose to, remain silent on the issue, not speak about it at anywhere or any time. They even came for a press meet where both of them were seated in the front seat and still chose not to speak anything. They were literally, if you watch that press meet, it's very funny. There are a lot of funny comments also under it because Mohanlal is sitting and scribbling on a paper. Mammootty is sitting as if, he's only, it's not existing there. It's not part of this kind of. When you expect both of them to speak, on this issue, that's happened in 2017. This time they're definitely under more pressure because it's not just one person. There are multiple people, who are facing allegations from the organizations, like from the organization structure itself. So it's not easy for them to choose to remain silent or choose to remain in the darker picture. They will have to come out and ensure that their stand is clear. So now they've not been able to ensure, clarify their stand. So they chose the other option of dissolving the governing body and saying that the new governing body will be elected and let them be able to guide and strengthen the organization. That's what I'm saying. They have always been like that. There were many complaints in the past which they chose to ignore. There have been inaction. So it's the public perception that the organization has created is that they are trying to protect their people. Like it's very
Exactly.
evident right from the beginning that there have been few people who were very active in the organization. The key people in the organization. So it's an organization that will exist or go to any extent to protect them. It's the perception now that they have created. If you ask me, when I was a kid and there used to be these Amma shows and all AMMA shows, which I remember how everybody used to watch it on television with so much, because it was art that was only spoken about. With it all changed after the actress assault case, and the perception of the organization changed. Initially, it was considered as one of the best organizations in the industry. They do give a certain amount of money to some of the poor artists in the industry, like, are very old and all that. So they were doing a lot of good things. They've done shows, made money, and contributed to CMDRF and all whenever there was crisis in Kerala, floods and all that. They've donated a lot as an organization. Even they produced a movie 2020, 2008 to help these people, who were going through a lot of difficulties, older people who doesn't have enough money and all that. So they've done such good things.
If I remember correctly, Dilip was the one who put it all together, and so one of the reasons why Dilip was re-inducted into the AMMA, even though he had been first kicked out in the light of his involvement in the actress's assault case. He was later inducted back after he got the bail. So, as you point out, that while they're claiming moral responsibility right now, that the morality was not always, pointed towards true north when these things were coming to light. In fact, if I remember it correctly, that when the WCC actually had formed, they had actively distanced themselves. The AMMA had actively distanced themselves, saying that this is not the norm. Yet now, when the report has come down, their claims from 7 years ago has been negated, saying that no, it is the norm that these kind of harassment does happen. Pay disparity does happen. Sexual harassment itself does happen. But now what? I mean, like, in fact, there will be 2 months of gap. So you're saying that there will be nobody who is answerable to the questions posed by the media?
Technically, there's nobody there to answer on behalf of the organization right now because they've all chosen to resign, and it's also being heard that some of them are planning to even resign from the organization. So now, but we are hearing that they could possibly hold discussions with WCC and then, move ahead because that's the only way out right now. If they have to regain their name and the credibility and all of that. So but again, who after all these people is also a question because these people who were the organization, the office bearers of the organization were very active in the organization. Now we hear on social media names like Prithviraj and Fahad Fasil and all being suggested by people. But they've not been very active in the organization activities
Yeah.
of this organization. So there are definitely a lot of limitation. Even Ganesh Kumar yesterday was delivering a Malayalam speech actually where he said that now new people's name are being suggested. It doesn't take anybody's name, but a lot of new youngsters' names and all are being suggested. But let's see how well they can handle this and all that, which it clearly again indicates that you need to have a very dedicated team for it and all that because Prithviraj and Fahad are people who doesn't even attend the meetings of the organization. So it definitely is going to be a tough one. In the next 2 months, they're saying they'll form a new committee, but who will be the office bearers, the new office bearers? Because the 2 months ago only the elections took place. Not two, I think, yeah, 2-3 months ago only the elections took place for this
I think June it was.
executive committee.
June
Yeah.
it was
So
when Siddiq was
yeah, it was
Siddiq.
very Yeah, so it was very recently that the new office bearers took over. So even at that time, there were a lot of controversies regarding, regarding the politics and groupism inside the organization. So now it's going to be even more tough for them. But again, if they want the organization to, remain to exist further, then they will have to come up with something. Probably 2 months' time is also, the general nature is that after a few weeks, this might die down. What
Exactly.
we are seeing right now is not there. Practically thinking that's very possible. Tomorrow there's a big breaking, even media who's giving a lot of attention might deviate to that. Like we've forgotten Wayanad.
No, I
Now,
was about to say
yeah,
the same.
now it's
Why that
getting,
was not even a month ago.
yeah. So, yeah, it's not even a month. It's tomorrow, day after tomorrow, it's 1 month of Wayanad landslide. So, once there's another big breaking, then we move to that. So, or
And
maybe
what
by-election is announced, then there's a better story out there for the media. So, that's how it functions. We can't blame
probably
anybody for
again
it.
we can again that's the thing. No, they are probably banking on the fact that it will be
Yeah.
just another news cycle.
Yeah, so in that possibility, maybe it's a safe time, to safe gap of 2 months where they can again have a new committee, or maybe you never know, these same people might be repeated in the new governing body also after two
Exactly.
months. So yeah,
Considering,
but
I
again,
think
we'll have to see.
I mean, like, I'm adding to what you said because I think Mohanlal has been the longest serving president this time around, and the talk has been that
Hmm.
he was not exactly keen, but there was nobody else to actually stay at the top.
Yeah, yeah. That was what happened in this time's election. Like he did not wanted to continue as president, but he was literally forced because many other people wanted him to continue. Actually, I think the good period of the organization was when Innocent was the president. He had Mohanlal and Mammootty on the right and left, and the organization was at the top of its game and all that during that period. But after that, they've been having a organizational crisis, and Mohanlal has been, holding on to the position for a long time without. I don't know if he. I don't think he was that keen also this time. Yeah.
So I think we'll just have to wait and watch what is going to happen that because again, this is a huge moment for a huge elongated moment for Malayalam film industry and Malayalam news as such because if things move in the right
Yeah.
direction,
Yeah, I actually also feel like I mean, some of the actors responded like this, which is also true. Like it happened because it was Malayalam film industry or Kerala for that matter. Because I don't know if this a committee like this will be formulated in any other place, or like this kind of like action and all of this will take place also. So I actually feel it's going to be a little tough for the time period for the industry and the movies that's being made, because if you just go and see, the comment section of any of the superstars and all that also, or on social media generally, people are very disappointed that they've chosen to remain silent when, Mammootty and Mohanlal are part of Malayali culture, to be honest. I
Exactly.
don't think like we grew up watching their films. They're very much a part of every household. So in one of the most crisis situations of the industry, when they are not speaking, there's naturally that anger. And also, especially Mammootty, if you see in the recent past, he's done a lot of quality cinema, quality performances. And he chose to do a movie like Kadal, which spoke of homosexuality. So where he tried to, say that I have a good political stand also. So after creating that hype, now he has chosen to remain silent when the industry that he leads
And
is
it
going through
hurts.
its worst crisis.
It
So,
hurts. I mean,
uh,
as Malayalis as such, it
yeah,
hurts
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's
So
disappointing
it
for us to see
definitely,
that.
yeah, exactly. Like, it hurts, and I mean, it hurts for the people, the fans, and everybody. And the movies in the it's going to be tough for the industry as a whole. That's there. But I mean, again, I don't know how long that that difficulty is going to exist. But for now, it's a bit tough. It's not a bit. It's a very very tough phase for the industry, because at least if one person chooses to not watch a movie in the theaters. Already there is a theater crisis in the industry. On top of that, if an issue like this, it's going to be so. It's really a correction phase for everybody. Like I heard somebody say yesterday that next time if somebody, I don't know how to what extent things will change practically, but at least this one thought of what their colleagues or co-actors or friends had gone through, then that will stop them. So there is that ray of hope. I heard one of the victims saying this, that there's this ray of hope that next time somebody wants to do something like this thought of what the Hema committee report had done to the industry should struck their minds before even thinking of doing something like that. So I hope, like being a fan of the Malayalam cinema that's made,
I
I
agree.
really hope
I
that things
agree.
are better. But of
I
course, we love
exactly.
cinema, we love the industry and all of that, but nothing at the cost of the women's safety and the women artists and the women in general, because the workplace should be safe. We can keep away the movies. We don't mind not watching movies also, but we want the workplace to be safe for everyone.
As women ourselves, we want any other woman to have a safe workspace itself. Doesn't matter which work area, which industry it is. As a fellow
Yes, yes.
women, as a fellow woman, we want everyone to feel safe.
And
Talk to me.
also, just one more thing. Also, the WCC, we know that a lot of them, suffered in the industry after the WCC was formed, because without their opportunities were limited and all, they did not leave from that what they were fighting for. So it's
So
their
that
fight
one
and
cause, we,
the
I mean,
survivors and their fight. Yeah.
survivors and people who have stood up for the cause, hats off to them. We hope their journey continues, and we as media people would love to, not make them as part of the news cycle itself and brush them away. And on that note, I, Preja Arvind, and thank Shibi Mol, will sign off here.